Hey friends, welcome back to my series on how to study anything. In this video, I'm going to be giving you a comprehensive step-by-step guide on how to study mathematics or math. So first, let me present my credentials. I studied math at both 10th grade and in 12th grade. And in 10th grade, I studied IGCSE extended math and I got an A star in that. Then in IB, I studied standard level math and I got a 6 in that. Now, first things first, you have to recognize that the reality of math is similar to the reality of physics. Math isn't as glamorous as it's made out to be in all those popular science videos you'll find on YouTube and all those popular science TV shows that you'll find online and movies like Ramanujan and all that stuff. I go into greater detail on this using a Priyanka Chopra Nick Jonas analogy in my physics video. So go ahead and check that out while pausing this video. Once you're back, I think you should also watch my video on the fundamentals of effective studying or the basics of good studying. So I'll put the thumbnail over here and the link in the description below once again. So watch that also before coming back to this video. It's all right, I'll wait. So now that you're back, math is quite similar to physics. So again, you have to develop some good habits. You need to have some math hygiene. So most of the points are the same as physics, with one crucial exception: master your calculator. Because in physics, it wasn't as important as now it is in math. So know your calculator inside out. Know all the tricks you can do with it, know how to use the memory, know all the modes in it, know exactly what you need to know, or even more for the exam. Because the person who masters his calculator, right? Certain questions you can even check the answer using that calculator. So there is no chance that you're going to miss marks on that. So again, you need to begin with the end in mind. What's going to be your type of math? Is it going to be like smaller problems or is it going to be longer problems? Is each question going to incorporate like really different kinds of math or just one kind of math? And it's just going to stay like that one topic throughout the question. I believe A levels used to do this. IB always used to like mix up questions, put all different kinds of topics into that. You might start off with sequences, but you'd end up with complex numbers. And of course, you've got the calculator, the time pressure, and what all you can bring into the exam. So make sure you have all these written down somewhere or you have them memorized, whatever it is. Now, again, similar to physics, problems are everything in math, which is why math is relatively straightforward to study compared to things like history, for which I have another video if you want to watch it. The thing about math is, again, you need official problems, not just some random textbook problems. So if you're studying IBSL math, then do IBSL math problems. Please do not do high level problems. This is another big issue. I see this all the time, even when I was back in school. There would be some guy who would be doing some kind of math which is like 2 levels above him, which is like college math or university math or whatever shit it is. And I would ask that guy, why are you doing this? He's like, oh no, it's good practice. No, it's not good practice because you're wasting your time. You are preparing yourself for a level of difficulty that will never appear in the exam. And even if it does appear in the exam, they will lower the grain boundary, so you will end up passing regardless. So why are you putting in extra effort, especially when you don't even need it? So please don't study from some college textbook or some nonsense like that. Just study from the level of textbook that you have right now. Again, do drill questions and mixed questions and start off without a time limit. So that's it for this video, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Remember to watch the other videos in this series, because remember, if you study history better, if you study physics better, then you're going to study math better. If you have a better foundation in studying, then you're going to be studying everything better. And that way you can have a better work-life balance. Everything can be improved if you make changes everywhere. So remember to share and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.